Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hey, this is Jay Music.
Hey, I'm Scott Snyder.
I'm Cena Grace.
And you're listening
to The Absolute Geek.
The Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek Podcast.
Check it out, Snoogans.
Friday night in Phoenix. Woo! You're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Corbin. Whoa, that intro. Everyone. Bam. We are here. Yeah. There you. Oh wow. There you go. TK421. Let's go. Okay. There you go. I heard, but there you go. Kyle's it better. All right. I'm good.
I learned a very valuable lesson today.
Let's hear it. You can't just say that. We're ready.
So, no, it was just, it's one of those, I guess it's one of those things that rarely ever happens and you don't really think about it happening and actually didn't know. So I decided today, I was like, oh man, I'm hoping to get the Volkswagen running this weekend where I can drive it. I was like, I'm going to go transfer the title over to my name. I'm going to get like a 3-day tag for it so I can tootle around and see if there's anything else, like
spruce up.
And yeah, and see what direction I have to go into now with it. So, I grabbed my title. I took off a few minutes early from work and I drive on down to, the third party MVD place. I didn't fill the back of the title out yet. I just figured I'd fill it out real quick when I was sitting there and they were, typing information in. And I was like, so what happened was when the dude who sold it to me was filling it out, the top line is for the buyer. The bottom line is for the
person inheriting
the person that's selling it.
Ah.
He originally started putting his name where it said buyer. And he crossed it out and then he filled out the correct spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I got there and I was like, yeah, I need to transfer this title over. Do I just need to fill it out real quick? She's like, I need to take a look at it. It's like, okay. And I handed it to her. She flips the back over and then I can't hear behind the glass. And she talks to somebody, then she slides it back through. And she's like, I can't give you your title.
Okay.
And I was like, well, why not? I said, I know I still need to fill it out. I understand that. She's like, that's not a clean title. And I was like, the fuck do you mean? What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you see how he crossed something out at the top? That makes this title like sketchy.
Invalid enough to question. Yeah.
So she said, you have to get this bill of sale notarized, and then you have to get this this other paper sign that says, my bad, I fucked up on it. This is what I fucked up, and sign it. And I was like, I think the dude sold that car because he was moving to another state. Like, what do I really have to do?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do in this situation?
She's like, well, you can give us $300 right now, and we'll put a bond, and we'll bond on it. And I was like, the fuck do you mean we're going to bond on it? The fuck does that even mean? She's like, what we do is we take your $300 to start.
Go wipe our ass with it.
Try to find the owner and make sure that you really bought it from him.
Well, can't you do like an abandoned title?
As a PI kind of thing?
I was just, I don't know. I don't know. I've never done it before. But like, I didn't think of getting like a bill of sale when I bought it. I figured I have the title. He signed it. It's notarized. I'll just sign it. And I didn't really think it was like a huge thing. You know what I mean? I ended up messaging the dude and he's like, yeah, sure. No problem. I can meet up with you and do it. But I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it's always something. I don't know. So just make sure when you buy a used car and something doesn't look right on the title.
Yep.
Make sure that your fucking I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Make sure you got your bill of sale and make sure you fucking everything is cool on it. And I was like,
that's an important. I had to. Yeah, I get that. I bought a used car and we talked about that before, but I've never had one like that. That's crazy.
That's at least the dude is willing to meet up with you to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna meet him at the MVD third party place, and he's just gonna stand there while we do it.
Wow, that's yeah.
But I was like, I know my luck. Okay, I'll put this $300 bond out there for them to look for it, and the dude would be like, "No, man, that's my car still."
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I'm at yet another $300. You know what I mean? Like,
I get you. That's not, yeah.
And like, I didn't have the dude's phone number or nothing. I bought it through Facebook.
Oh wow.
So we're not like Facebook friends. I found him in a car group, and we did the whole transaction through Facebook Messenger.
See, that for one, that's a success story in of itself. I'm sure they get done. I've attempted to buy cars on Facebook with no success. But the point being, like, that you got to that point, and then of course there's one random hiccup that does it always.
He's like, I'll meet you tomorrow, and I was like, cool, right on. But I was just like, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what I could have done? I could have just got a goddamn ballpoint pen. What I should have done, what I should have done in hindsight, is just filled it out and wrote my name over where he kind of crossed his name out, to where it just kind of looked like my name,
like a redo on a typo.
Yeah, like I thought.
Let me write it again one more time for you.
Yeah, like my pen didn't quite work at first or something.
Hey, exactly.
And it just fucking fill it out. I bet you if it was filled out, nothing would have happened. But I think because I walked up there with it not filled out.
Wow.
See, because when my dad was doing a project car like that too, and he just did an abandoned title on it. He bought it off a dude who didn't have a title, and he did an abandoned title and said he found it in the desert. And I think they did something for 30 days, and then they gave him the title to the car. So I don't know if it was the bond situation or that same type of situation or not, but
I was like, you want me to give you like $300 to look for this dude? What does that $300 buy me?
Right. At least he's being a cool enough dude to meet you and being like, yeah, we'll take care of it. But
yeah, because he could have been like, it's not my problem.
Right. Oh, fuck you. That's my car.
I would just would have had to pay the $300 and just went through that process.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. Is I think that's kind of the same thing as bad. They put feelers out there and try to get in contact with somebody about it. And if nobody because that's what they said. If we reach out and nobody responds, then you get it's the title becomes yours.
Yeah.
But I was like, I guess next time I buy a car, I'm not going to buy a used car like this again.
Yeah. But it was one experience, and if the event ever arose or you knew someone else who possibly would, be like, hey, by the way, pass this knowledge along. This happened to me.
And they printed it off the MZ. So there's a bill of sale that you can get through Arizona Department of Transportation. Just make sure to print that motherfucker up.
There you go. I learned a valuable lesson this week as well. Something that many years of friendship with Kyle, my drinking Sherpa, should have taught me. But so, as anybody who watched last Friday's show knows, last weekend was my birthday, so I pretty much spent all weekend inebriated. And I decided to continue that party Monday night. Well, I got a little bit inebriated on some sake, and I decided to go the old eBay bidding.
Dude, it's so much fun.
And I bid $1,100 on a Spider-Man 129, the first appearance of Punisher. I also bid $150 on a Ultimate Fallout 4 first appearance of Miles Morales, and I bid $70 on a 7.0 CGC. No, I'm sorry, 8.0 CGC first cover appearance of Venom. Luckily, the gods shined upon me, and I got outbid for the Punisher. But I wasn't so lucky about the Ultimate Fallout 4 or the first cover appearance of Venom.
And that's why you only picked up 2 books this week.
So,
Wow. And I thought I spent money crazy.
Oh, man, there's so many times I've gone, please snipe me, please snipe me, please snipe me, please snipe me. What?
Yep.
I did one time. I was drunk.
Do it too, right?
I was drunk bidding one time on Walking Dead books, and I was like, and I saw it, and I know I had to have known I got too much to drink, and I was like, what? Walking Dead 3 for $4? Bid. And then I was looking at it, and I bid this crazy reserve on it. Like I bid like a high bid on it, you know what I mean? It just incremented up, and I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, fuck. It's in fucking Spanish. Shit.
Oh, no.
I was like, please outbid me. Please outbid me. I didn't get outbid, but it was cool. The person stopped responding to me and never shipped it, and I got my money back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
That's solid.
I still did end up with the Spanish Walking Dead #1, though.
But see, if I had, you got your, I would have still how'd you get that? So I threw off my entire line of questioning.
It was all, I was looking at all these. Somehow I got in a rabbit hole of foreign variants, and I wasn't really paying attention, and so I bid on different buyers, Walking Dead 1, Walking Dead 3, and so now I have these variants for Mexico now.
Wow. Sheesh, you guys with the books, man.
Life lessons.
Yeah,
Life
I'm
lessons.
a newbie when it comes to big, and rarely do I do big money. Let me just pick up a book here or there, always from like comic stores.
I held out for so long on the no graded books, and then I got Walking Dead 193 graded, and only because I had to in order to get the signature, because it was part of the deal. But then I buy Spider-Man 300 from Kyle, and it's like he injected me with the bug, and now I want nothing. I just want graded books. I want graded Spider-Man keys, and that's what
I'm gonna crack it and press it, and I'm gonna get it graded.
Dude, I was going to. Spider-Man 10, first appearance of the Scorpion, was only like $300, and it was a PGX.
That was Spider-Man 10?
Yeah, it was PGX, and I was like, I'm just gonna crack that bitch, press it, send it in, and get regraded. But then come to find out it's missing pages, so I was like, oh, never mind. No wonder it's so cheap then.
Wait, the Amazing Spider-Man 10?
Yeah.
That was like the Enforcers.
No, it's the first appearance of I believe 10 is the first appearance of Scorpion.
I'm not good with my comic numbers, but I'm telling you that's not the case. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's not. He's like number 9. I feel like he's way
maybe
later.
He's sick.
13 or 14.
We have this discussion with Tim.
Yeah, he's on the later side. That's for sure. He's definitely not number 10. I'm looking now, but I'm pretty sure about that one.
6 is the first appearance of
Electro?
No, you're
Yep,
right.
I was right.
10 is the Enforcers.
I got that. And then I was right about 19. 19 was the first appearance of Matt Gargan. 20 was the first appearance of Scorpion. I'm trying to nail down the number, so I had to get that. But I was like, that's kind of early. I remember that.
Whatever. I've just been like,
Hey,
I'm gonna crack it and press it.
Yeah.
And I'm grade it.
Spider-Man keys. So that's why you don't come to me. I got 6. I'm rolling hefty, bro.
Yeah, you're doing Ellis slightly.
Let me get your opinion though before we get started.
That's funny because one more. I think Walking Dead, The Death of Shane. I bought that's 6. But 4 and 6 I had bought graded. But Spider-Man 300 was the first one that I had ever handed to somebody and had it sent off to be graded.
How do you guys think these look in the Mylars?
Blurry.
Yeah, you're blurry.
You're blurry, dude.
No, like blurry? You. No, just you. Yeah, you're all pixelated and stuff.
Oh, you as a whole.
Oh,
yeah.
That's odd because I look fine on my screen, and I look fine on YouTube. I don't know.
Ask the people.
But I
I'm
don't
just
know.
kidding. But yeah, we can't. I like it. I can't really make out anything because it's so blurry. But
Oh well, I'll just be blurry. I don't care. I'll be
I'd
blurry.
so, where do you put the books up? Do you have them in a? How do you? Since talking to such a lowly peasant who doesn't know anything about graded books here, like, do you do you put them on a wall? Do you have like a what's those boxes called?
Box?
You know what I mean?
Like a magazine box?
Me,
Yeah.
I have a big plastic comic box that they go in.
Okay,
It's
just for
made
the graded one.
It's made for graded books.
CGC, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
hold it up again, Matt.
Now hold it up again.
Because I think
Yes.
YouTube is fucking up.
It probably. Ooh, that's beautiful. Yep. Oh boy.
And the Mylar versus.
I don't give a shit about Mylar. I just keep them
I like
exactly the bag that they sent it in. All mine are in whatever they sent it in. That's
Then you never open it or anything.
Because then they don't get scratched. You know, I put mine away in the safekeeping in these big piles on top of my boxes of comics.
That sounds nice and sturdy. I like that. That's what I did with all my trade paperbacks next to the water heater.
Okay, yeah, they're saying YouTube's locking up. I wonder if YouTube's having issues.
It's good now.
But I was just wondering because I
don't know who Jackpot is. Grizzle Geek, listen. I'm trying. All right.
I was just wondering if I was going to buy more of the Mylars for that or not. But
I don't think it's all right. Looks kind of neat.
I wouldn't fucking buy the Mylars for them. Fuck all that.
no.
Why, you're going to put them in a nice Mylar so you could set them in a box?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my trust.
Although,
my
you know, I took Brian's advice, and on some other books, I bought Mylar bags, and they look nice in Mylars versus polys.
Dude, they look fantastic sitting in a box in the dark. They look awesome.
Like I replaced all of my ones in frames in the Mylar bags, and they look really nice. Tim says slab Mylars rule. Okay.
Pass.
Shout out to Tim in the chat. Just shouting out people today.
I don't know. It just that because you're not gonna when you hand to be a graded book, they're not gonna go, damn, that thing looks exquisite in a Mylar bag.
Right.
No, I feel like that's exactly no. I guess you're right. Like if it's already, yeah.
It just,
Oh my gosh.
but I do keep them in the little. They put them in a bag, and they ship them out. I just keep them in that so they don't get scratched. The cases. But I go, damn, would it look exquisite in a Mylar bag?
I'm sure that keeps you up at night.
Yep, I just got the warning from our programming that says YouTube is experiencing intermittent issues. So fun times. This is gonna be fun times.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Doesn't matter.
The world is burning. Like,
This
the world is
episode is
burning.
brought to you by Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Mm.
Sponsor. What a fucking pitch, man. They need to sponsor you now.
Ooh, so good on the rocks.
love that peanut butter whiskey.
You mean you're telling me there's no Red Bull in there whatsoever?
This is just whiskey.
Oh man.
Straight up.
Oh man.
I'm a professional, so it's all right.
There you go.
No.
No
All
livers
right.
were harmed in the drinking
I've
of
been
this
to
whiskey.
this dance before.
Yeah.
This is
It's
not
a
my
love
first
letter, my
rodeo.
old friend. I'm breaking into song again. All right.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kick everything off here.
Kick everything off here. Kick everything off here.
Let's kick it off.
How low can you go?
So it's been a week for odd news stories, even by our means here.
Kick it into gear.
Shift into turbo. Wasn't that one of the Power Rangers? Yes.
What are you blabbling about? Power Rangers
Shift into
now?
we were kicking the high gear, and then I went shift into turbo, but he did some weird. Remember, it doesn't matter. Just kick it off, Matt. Just kick it off, please.
All right. So 3 brothers in Bolivia decided that their time to shine was now, and they wanted to be superheroes.
Love
So
it.
they went out and decided to let a Black Widow spider bite them in order to get superpowers like Spider-Man.
Good for them.
I mean, listen, gotta follow your dreams. You
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it, right?
You gotta get your dreams and say, bite the f out of me.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
God damn it! If you want to be Spider-Man, be fucking Spider-Man.
So, can you briefly describe the power set that they attained?
They obtained a hospital room, poison, and anti-venom. I'm sure.
Damn. Well, that's a sick name, anti-venom. Finally got one in modern continuity. I love it.
Yep, you finally got anti-venom.
First appearance of anti-venom was in Bolivia.
I'm not gonna lie, that went right over my head, and I caught it the second time around. Good job, Corbin.
Thank you. I'm on my game today.
I caught it when it came back around. Good job, buddy.
Appreciate
Good job.
that.
But yeah, so a word to the wise: you don't get spider powers from letting a Black Widow bite you. You don't get spider powers. Period. This is the real world, little boy. It's time you understand that.
No, it's got to be a little bit of blue and red in it.
Yeah.
Those snakes with the diamonds on them, they give you superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get the right one. I always thought those dragons. What are they called? Komodo. What are they called? Gila monster. That's what. What am I thinking?
Well,
Gila
there is
monster.
a Komodo dragon, but Gila
I might be
monster is
Gila monster is
here.
what I was thinking, though.
yeah.
Get a bite from a Gila monster, and then come show me your power set.
I heard those murder hornets give you special powers.
Sheesh, what happened? Someone, yeah, they saw what happened out here, and they just, we go home now.
There's enough fucked up shit out here. We don't need to hang out here.
Oh, they don't survive in our temperatures, so we're good here.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzly Geek says, "Don't be a quitter. Go back for more insect bites."
Dude, you just gotta keep
God
trying.
damn! If you got superpowers from every insect that bit you, I should be a mosquito by now.
That's what I was saying. I've been chewed alive by those fucking assholes.
Yeah, it should be the mosquito.
I am Mosquito Man.
Zzz. They call the cockroach, bitten by a cockroach while using the bathroom in an atomic basement. What?
I mean, I was a stupid kid once, and I jumped off of things.
I'm eating this, my face is all gonna fix like this.
I jump off things with the bed sheet tied around my neck and pretend to be Batman and pretend I could fly. But I never once thought, let me have this spider bite me.
I mean, no.
Remember, I jumped off of like a roof or something with a garbage bag on, thinking it was going to help me parachute.
Yep, I've done that.
It does not.
It does not. No, it
I
doesn't.
lost my family cat.
I mean, even as a 30-something-year-old middle-aged man,
You just tried it.
I just tried it. You're right. I walk
I used to take
outside.
empty bag, though.
I walk outside and I see a Black Widow, and I'm like, nope, and I'm walking the other way just because I'm not.
But
gonna
goddamn it,
pretend
when
with
you
those.
walk up to the door of fucking prize, your fucking Jedi mind trick works.
Right. I'm just not gonna mess with spiders, dude. And I would never. I as a little kid, I would never think, let me get bit by a spider to get spider powers.
No,
It's awesome. I
That's the world we
congratulate
live
them.
in now.
I would say think about it at the very least.
Dude, I like the follow through though. They decided something. They seeked out a spider. They decided, I want that Black Widow to bite me. Come here, asshole, and bite me. I'm going to get superpowers. No, I'm not.
Believe it, and you can achieve it. Except, if you don't get bit, then that's the problem.
Holy shit. Well, let's all let Matt type real quick.
No, I meant
ahead.
to ask you,
Who?
you, Kyle.
Oh, shit.
I meant to ask you a question about a topic before we started, and I forgot. I just put it in the chat. Let me know if you think we should talk about that or not.
I'll wait.
Oh, I think it'll work into other stuff. We can, though.
All right, because I know Corbin probably wants to rant on this. We need a good Corbin rant. Woman calls police on former Marvel editor.
Oh my gosh.
I just saw Corbin get fired up.
Yeah, that fire just lit.
Dude,
That
everybody should be fired up.
thank you. That to me was one of. I mean,
As
before what happened,
people, we should be fired up. But it just goes to show how people suck and what lengths they go to get their way.
yeah. What even got me afterwards was her lousy explanation as to, she didn't mean to what she was doing. She knew damn well what she was doing when she said that she was going to call the cops and say African American person threatening your life. She knew that
It abundantly clear.
exactly. She knew
The tone that she used, you knew exactly what she meant.
Yep. And that's what gets me. A society, I know myself as a black person, I like to believe or assume ignorance and not malice. And examples like that show that no, my worldview is wrong. A lot of it is indeed malice. And that's what pissed me off about that incident. Because you look back and you go, wow, she knew exactly what she was going to do. And then you see what just happened with everything going on. It's a totally different story. And you realize that if he didn't have his camera on and didn't have the facts and it wasn't straight up and the police weren't involved, he could have just been another version of what we're seeing now. And that's what's crazy. She basically tried to hire a hit, knowing that by feeding into the media and bias that is already held against people in general, but especially in this case, people of color, because she was told something that she didn't want to be told, even though it was clearly the rules. Oh, well, I'm feeling some type of way. Now I'm going to do this. That's ridiculous.
Unleash your dog across the park. How fucking hard is that?
Give some context here for people who maybe don't know this. So, former Marvel editor Christian Cooper was walking in Central Park. He was bird watching in this area that's well known for birds. And this woman by the name of Amy Cooper, no relation, was walking or didn't have her dog on a leash. He asked her to leash his dog, and she proceeded to get into an altercation with him. And she called the cops and basically said that an African American gentleman was
she stated what she was going to do prior to making.
Yeah, she did. She did. She told him he was going to call the cops and say she was being threatened, and that's exactly what she did.
She said she was going to be assaulted. She's being assaulted.
Yes, she did, threatening to assault her. But
using every trigger word she could.
The interesting part here is that they're using the narrative of his former job as a Marvel editor to push this.
Well, it's just another medium to push
infiltrate.
News.
Yes,
that's all it is. It's just like nerd news. It's just like everywhere. Anywhere that they can tie a story to make a story, they're gonna do it.
I mean, look at how many, and I don't want to say this disparagingly, but you'll have like minor actors or stunt people in Marvel movies or something. I think recently a couple passed away, and they go actor.
Hold up,
Captain America.
Who is this motherfucker?
Man, fuck y'all. Dude.
Who is this morose motherfucker right here?
Oh,
who is that?
Who invited this guy?
The real deal.
Hey,
wow.
He's gonna leave. He's just gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up soon, but
I think you're a week late, buddy.
Well,
better late than never.
Happy birthday, though.
Thanks, belated. A week late.
Yeah, well,
but I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, buddy.
But your presence has cut Corbin off, and he's very upset.
Corbin, I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's all good, man.
Please continue, sir.
Yes, please continue.
Please proceed.
Will do. No, but I think there was a couple of actors like within a couple months of each other who were like stunt people or backups on a Marvel movie or whatever, and they passed away. And unfortunately, less is made about the fact that they passed away, and more was like actor from Marvel movie or whatever list movie dies, and whatever the case may be. And that's the headline. To go back to what Kyle was saying, like it's more about, we have an angle here, let's use it. I'm sure for the bird watching community, he's actually like on the board for that park for the bird watching community. So I'm sure for their headlights,
in the bird watching groups and the bird watching resources.
Yep.
BW resources. It was probably there.
Didn't he go to Harvard? I'm sure any Harvard-related news site, boom, it's on that too. It's just like they extract each piece of information, just like any other news site does, that's relevant to their cause or their subject or whatever, and they plug it that way. So in the comic one, yes, he's with Marvel or was associated with Marvel. And honestly, I mean, this is like the complete opposite of what normally happens when anyone unjustly gets killed or whatever. The first thing to do is go into the backstory and go into, they did this when they were 15. Oh, they did this when they were 29, and whatever the case may be. He happens to just be the opposite of that, which is both in and of itself, I guess, admirable, but also tragic that you had to not find a piece of evidence to go against him. I mean, the only thing that people are even saying that's half bad is the whole offering the dog treats to the dog who should have been leashed to begin with. That is what I think is interesting and and weird about it all. That you like.
So he was kind enough, and he's used to Central Park enough to know that he carries dog treats for when he's out there. He can correspond and communicate with other people. I mean, oh, what a bad man! You have dog treats. What an asshole!
Come on and kill him.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you don't, as a dog owner, you don't want your dog, people giving your dog random shit. Because you don't know what's in there. And you don't know how your dog's going to react. So I understand that part. But the rest of it is just fucking unacceptable.
Obviously, enough people are cool with it that he carries the shit in his pocket.
Almost as unacceptable as Lance showing up a week late.
Almost.
Kyle, this is his second time on the show, and this is the longest he's been on here. Surprised he hasn't hung up by now.
Well, I mean, I'm just taking it all in.
What do you think of it, Lance?
About what? About dogs?
Yeah, about dogs.
Well, fuck them. I don't have one, so.
About racism in the dog park.
Oh, okay, well, shit. Oh, I mean, that's a whole thing, man.
Dude,
Probably the
Well
biggest thing
said.
going-
I could have said it better myself.
you, sir, are an eloquent speaker.
Fuck, dude, you need to be a professional podcaster, man.
Well, there's riots going on for dog racism right now, obviously. So
I've never heard of a dog racism riot. That's interesting.
that's right. Where's Andy at? He's the one that needs to be on the podcast right now.
Yeah, I
He's
know,
a-
right? We should have Andy
Never
live
get
from
the guy on there.
downtown Minnesota. I don't know.
Dude, he could be our correspondent.
Yep.
He's in the thick of the action right now.
He could jump on and like you ever watch Family Guy
Yes.
when the dude who does the weather comes on. It's really windy out today. He can come on.
Ollie Williams.
Yeah, he can go.
There you go, yeah.
There's a lot of looting going on, and then
I am here outside the Target on 5th Street where they're currently looting, and he's walking away with a TV. He's just taking part, man.
That one picture that Tim sent to the chat of the dude that had the Legos.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yes.
Oh,
Want to
yeah,
know
yeah.
more about the white boy with the Legos looting? There you go.
Yeah, and then that one chick that ran out with the 2 lamps. Like, what the hell, dude?
Let there be light.
Grizzle Geek says, I thought she was a piece of shit, but now that I hear he's a Marvel editor, I need to know what book he's on before I can pass judgment.
Oh wow!
Because that matters all of a sudden.
Wow.
We're having some riots down here in Houston too, as well. Apparently,
Are you having riots or protests?
both. Like a protest that turned into like a little bit of a riot. So
I think it's happening everywhere. I mean, you're
yeah,
just seeing everybody's frustration. That's what's going on.
Also,
people can only take so much, and people have been taking it for a long time, and it's just people are tired of it.
Yep.
There's no need for it to be a constant thing.
No.
he had a run on Marvel Presents and Excalibur. Sorry to throw it out there.
Did you really just Google what books he was the editor of?
Yep. For the facts.
Wow.
No, I actually knew he was on Excalibur because it was a conversation that came up in the days after. I just hadn't looked up anything else he was involved in, so I just checked it just now.
You literally.
I don't think the lady should have lost her job over it. Like,
Hold. Okay, this is where I disagree right here.
okay,
If what she attempted to do had followed through, we could be looking at another death. We could be looking at another. We could be looking at.
it could have fucked his whole life up. You're all right.
If we're gonna even, at the very least, we could say attempted murder if we want to even go that drastic. I don't even think it's that drastic given the situation we're seeing right the fuck now. But looking at that, the least of all that she lost a job, and she was the vice president over where she was at Franklin Templeton, she'll get another job. This is more a stop of a wrist than anything. A momentary discomfort for trying to end someone's life, or at the very least, just majorly disrupt it because you couldn't follow the rules and you were mad that somebody told you what to do. I think that's the least of it. I think they could press charges because when you do shit like that and nobody puts any type of anything on it, you're just going to see more of that. We already see more of that. We do. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying that if they had pressed charges or something, she should have been like, end her home, kicked out of here, served jail time. No. But there has to be some sort of standard set. We're going to just see more of this happen. Didn't work this time? Okay, we'll see it the next time. You
Do
know,
you think they fired her more so that the company itself didn't get backlash once people found out, or do you think they did it on a ground of you think they were saving face?
Hell yeah, they were saving face. There's no question that we Franklin Templeton don't. I don't know if they give a fuck or not. I mean,
well, they didn't give a fuck until people started calling them out on Twitter, and
this was to save. I mean, don't they do investments? This was to save their investments. Like, whatever. For me, it was the message that it carried. At least there, that public demand in some way will at best cause a minor inconvenience to her. And next time, don't try to fuck up people's lives. I'm not saying don't call the cops or anything. I get that. Like, I don't want to try to go into different lives.
Called the cops.
She could have, and just stated what happened.
Addressed it in a different way.
Exactly.
Hey, this dude is filming me, and I don't like it. I asked him not to, and he's still doing it. Then that's one thing.
She fed me dog treats. I don't know what are in them. I'm concerned.
She fed me dog treats. She's feeding me dog treats. I thought you said it was a him, ma'am. I mean, he's feeding me dog treats.
I mean, if she's really as frightened as it was, you have no need to embellish that. Just stress African American man. Someone here is at the park. They have to describe. You go about like you normally would.
Yep.
Played upon already internal bias that she's well aware of as anyone else who's in America that can understand it. And that's what I think. She just so happened to get caught, and it happened to be on camera and out for everyone to see, and they happened to go, hold up now. And half of them weren't even concerned about the actual incident. They were worried about the dog that she was yoking up as well. So that's what I think. At the very least, that's why I feel like, no, I'm glad she lost her job. She'll have another one real quick. I mean, sure, she has credentials and qualifications.
I bet you she doesn't. I bet you.
Can you explain to me what yoking up is?
Steroids, bro.
Dude, work out, man.
Yeah, what is yoking up?
You ever yoked up someone?
Steroids, bro.
I've never heard of that
Egg on that
reference.
Exactly. You yoke somebody up. You yoke them up. You grab them. You ain't never did that before?
I've heard of snatch them up, but I've never heard of yoke them up.
Go to Urban Geek for the...
Let's go to Frozen Corbin for the
But no, yoke, scratch, it's same type.
Yeah. Good looking.
I know, I saw that too. That was crazy to me.
It's not against... Good looking says it's not against the law to be an asshole. You're absolutely right. My mom told me I could be anything I wanted, and I chose to be an asshole. Corbin, you disappeared.
Yep.
Lance decided just to be a
I'm here.
Lance is just a fucking rat bastard. If anybody wanted to know about the rat bastard I was talking about last week, it's this motherfucker right here below me.
And not even drunk tonight.
This fucking motherfucker right here is a rat bastard.
You know what? Better late than never, bro.
Better late than like fucking 5 years later.
So what'd you do for your birthday, man? Like besides like
I got drunk and bit on comics. That's what I did for my birthday. I got drunk and bit on comics.
Nerd.
Inappropriately bidding on comics with money I don't really have.
Oh, I figured you're doing it naked with Cheeto dust.
That too. Yeah. But I'm not a baller, so I'm a ball. I like to ball on a budget. I say I got champagne dreams on beer money.
That's not from what you told me tonight, man. Like,
I'm buying $300 books. I only buy $300 books.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr. Spider-Man over here.
Yeah, right. It's my investment. I'm investing for my future.
Like just putting this whole collection together, like in the span of like 10 days, all of a sudden.
Shit.
I'm not gonna do this slowly. I'm doing it now.
Right now.
Yep.
Give me $299, $300, $301.
Yep. Just give it all to me.
Sorry, I had to run out.
I want them now. I want all the Spider-Mans.
You good, Corbin? Did you get all your anger out?
No, I left my keys in a spot where my roommate couldn't park. It doesn't matter. It's a bit different story.
What's going on the YouTube? Is that you fucking with it, Matt?
I'm not fucking with anything.
Probably.
What happened?
It's switching screens and going big and small and one person and four people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not fucking with anything. So Ghostbusters 2016. We all remember that fucking piece of shit.
Never saw it.
Paul Feige, however you pronounce his name, blames the U.S. election for the poor critical and box office performance of his reboot.
Didn't we already talk about this?
No.
We talk about reboots once a week, but no, we didn't talk about this one.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like, yeah, there's always a reboot or a cut or something that is being addressed.
We talked about this at length when it first came out, and he decided to blame everybody that his movie was trash. And
Newsflash, blames again.
And he's still like, I blame the Snyder cut for this, because you got the Snyder cut, and then you got the Ayers cut, and now you got everybody else wanting to cut, and now you got this dude coming out of the woodworks being like, well,
just cut the Spider-Man books.
you got this guy going, well, if it wasn't for the election and Trump, my movie would have been a hit, but no, because of the 2016 election, my movie tanked at the box office. And
I agree with him, bro.
it has nothing to do.
I didn't think it was bad.
Released a fake cut. God damn it, Tim. Put that motherfucker in timeout.
Yeah, he's done.
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was kind of funny. I liked it from a different aspect. I thought it was kind of cool. I liked it. I still like it. I still watch it.
Yeah.
I liked Chris Hemsworth's character.
Dude,
in that.
Thor was awesome in it.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
he
He
wasn't
didn't even like having lenses in his glass so he can itch his
Yeah.
eye easier. I mean, it's fucking badass.
that bad.
Fish tank is a submarine. That shit's badass, dude.
I mean,
No, it's not. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't a horrible movie.
It's not.
I think the problem is when there's shit to compare it to.
well, I mean, yeah, you're comparing it to like a Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd movie, and that's
Yes.
not gonna hold up. I mean, with anybody.
I mean, that's why they didn't like Ghostbusters 2.
No.
Just wasn't there.
What? I like 2 more than 1.
Did you really?
Yes,
Really?
but I also like Bill and Ted 2 more than 1.
I tried to watch.
I wish I could mute
the
you,
other
man.
day. That just didn't hold up for me.
I do too.
You
Yeah.
like?
You
Bill
liked
and
it?
Ted 2 is not horrible. It's not horrible.
I like it
Not
more than
horrible,
1.
but like it
No
didn't
way.
hold up when I was a kid.
No way, huh? You like the first one more?
I
Huh?
like yeah,
Dude, the first one is on point.
it's on point, man. It had everything you want in a movie: time travel, guitars, DC Top, like the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it. I'll watch it if it's on. If I got nothing else to watch, but I don't think it stands up against the original Ghostbusters or even the second one. And it's, I don't know. It's not not my Ghostbusters, I guess.
Oh God, yeah. Well, yeah.
It's mood slime.
I'm ready. I'm excited for the
Walking on sunshine.
afterlife, though.
Ah! No. No. No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Got the Statue of Liberty rocking out. And,
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
that's right.
right.
That's a big Twinkie times 2.
Because I'm walking on sunshine.
I don't think that's the
It's a
song.
river of slime.
Dude, I want to see the whole movie I just want to see it like Be Kind Rewind style, Kyle reenacting the entire movie.
It's slime. A river of slime.
That sounds like
I need
rewatchable.
Lance has disappeared. He's decided to hang up.
It looks like his
Wow.
webcam might have been dark.
Hold on. I'm back. Hold on.
Oh, we hear.
Oh, he's back. Hey, I gotta congratulate Lance real quick on a big shout out that I think he's our first random guest we've invited on that's actually talked and not just sat there like a goddamn bump on a log. Good job, Lance.
Well, who else? Tim?
What was the song that they played?
Gee, do you have an hour? Let me list off all the people that have done it. Tim, Josh, who else? Chad, his first time on here. And the list goes
It's
on.
hard because we're just used to talking to each other, and
That's true.
and you don't, and he's gone.
But we talking to chat all week with
I'm talking to
with
myself.
Lance too. So yeah, he's.
But then
gone.
when you gotta use your word,
And he's out. He's out,
on.
dude.
He's out. He's out.
God
Thanks,
damn it.
thanks for stopping by, Lance. We appreciate it.
that was cool. Thank you, Lance. Nice to meet
We're
you.
just randomly Lance Kirby, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a small clap. Give him a small clap for finally showing up.
That was awesome. Thank you.
But back on. So Henry Cavill is returning to DC movies as Superman, but not in the way that you want him to, as he's going to be pretty much a plot device moving forward, where he's just going to show up in random movies and be like, I'm Superman, and disappear.
That's his best role, in my opinion.
So you're
You
not
don't need a whole
getting
movie about Superman.
you're not going to get a full-on Henry Cavill Superman movie.
Didn't we already get one?
Oh, that's the song.
What?
Higher.
Yes. Would you just go to Google searching it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like
Higher.
he already got his Superman movie. I'm fine with that. I feel more mad that Ben Affleck didn't get his own Batman movie. Like, you had Superman in The Man of Steel. You had Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Boom, you have your own movie. You have a movie and a half. We're good. Goodbye. Thank
You know
you.
what really
Thank
gets
you.
grinds my gears?
Let's hear it.
Sony having fucking a rogues gallery with no goddamn Spider-Man.
Are you doing a Matt right now?
Tell me about that.
Are you doing a Matt right now?
I'm not talking about that again. I
I can't do it.
I
I'm
think
too close.
drunk Matt perfectly.
That really makes me mad. Sony and their universe need to get together.
Nobody wants a rogues gallery.
Also, that's better.
You can't have that without Spider-Man.
You can't. I stand by
I
it.
won't watch it.
Where's the
And I'm not going to
motherfucking
stand for that
Venom?
Snyder cut. I'm
No.
not watching that crap.
I
stand
want
by it.
I want drunk Matt every other weekend, man.
Drunk,
It was
no,
fun.
drunk Matt
It
is
was
never
fun.
coming back.
It was an experience. I will say that.
See, there's nothing wrong with having nicely intoxicated Matt.
Yeah,
You
know,
just
like,
don't need half the bottle of tequila in an hour, Matt.
oh yeah. I mean, he
I fucking love you, Kyle. I agree with everything you say.
he's
100%
he's
agree.
right. He's right down the middle.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Shut up, Corbin. Kyle's right. Kyle hasn't even talked.
Look, when a man's right, he's right. It
He
doesn't.
wasn't even talking. He wasn't even talking.
When a man is right, he's right. All right.
You just couldn't wait for someone to say something so you could disagree and throw it back to Kyle. It was a show.
That's why Kyle's my point man. He's always there for the layup.
Hey, y'all, how's everyone's Friday going? Mine is going good. Hey, don't worry about you, Corbin. We're gonna talk to Kyle.
Hey, it's called the pick and roll.
That's right. Kyle is my alley oop man. He's always there for the dunk.
I am the power forward.
Lord help me if I even try to leave out a little earlier. No.
Scottie Pippen over here. Kyle Stenson.
Meanwhile, I mean, we all know Kyle's the pillar.
Matt is Steve Nash.
Man, that's
Tyler
I
Barry's
would say
Stoudemire.
I don't know. You think he's a Pippen? I'd call Kyle more the Rodman of the group.
You think?
I think so.
I mean, Robin's important, but he isn't
he
important.
definitely lives a lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, you make it like Robin shooting 20
Yeah.
footers all night. Like, no, you know.
That's true.
I think
I'd
it'd be
say
like
more-
Dennis Rodman to go drink half a pint of whiskey and go play a game.
And nothing be wrong. At
Yep,
all.
and
Like,
still light it up. Still
Right.
rebounds.
See, but that's what I feel Jordan does.
Throw them elbows.
I mean, Jordan had pizza food, did it. Jordan drank, smoked, all that good stuff. Next, boom, boom. I feel like, you know,
Yep.
that Last Dance documentary. What an interesting show.
Loved it. I loved every bit of it.
It's good.
It was good.
But so HBO Max just released on Wednesday, and we're gonna get Doom Patrol season 2, but we are not getting any other DC Universe shows on there. So you're still gonna
Which is good.
Titan. Well, what's the only other show they have is Titans.
Stargirl's now on CW DC Universe. Yeah, you're right. That's it. Swamp Thing has gone the way of the swamps.
It's on CW.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I'm okay with that. Like, you still need DC Universe to be relevant. And unless you're going to take all of the cartoons and movies on DC Universe, put them on HBO Max, and make DC Universe basically Marvel Unlimited, which is just that comic web app, you need to keep it relevant. So that's fine. Take a couple things on it, obviously, to help with the launch and get eyes that way. But the rest of it, why not? I mean, DC Universe, if you checked it out, I pay the monthly subscription. I haven't brought myself to buy the year thing. It's pretty sparse as is. Like, it's Batman animated series. It's a couple movies you want to watch. The Tim Burton Batman movies is there. 1 or 2 Superman movies, and that's really about it. A couple of animated stuff. Like, they're a skeleton crew of shows anyway. You're really going there for the comics.
Yeah, I mean, if you might as well get HBO Max because all the Batman movies are on HBO Max. All that content is on HBO Max now. So
There's a subscription service that I just this is too much. Just too much.
well, if you have HBO, if you already subscribe to HBO, you get HBO Max for free.
I haven't been bothered with it.
You haven't looked at it yet?
I haven't even bothered.
I mean,
No,
you can, watch,
Downloaded it, haven't bothered. I don't give a fuck.
you can watch the entire series of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, every episode.
Woo! Seen 'em.
Story all
You
about
can-
how.
You can relive all those emotional moments with Uncle Phil.
You could.
I'd like to take a minute to say right.
That was a good episode.
Poor DJ Jazzy Jeff, man. The motherfucker's about to
Yeah,
fuck it.
There you go.
Yep.
Thanks for that impromptu concert, Corbin.
That's good.
Yeah.
So
Thank
speaking
you.
of Titans, though, Jason Todd, actor, says it would be an
Really,
honor.
that's your selling point for HBO Max is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yep. No, dude, it's got Friends, it's got
Yeah.
South Park, it's got
Oh, I
good
can't
original,
find Friends literally anywhere else.
Hey,
it's got
Oh my
good original
God.
Right, it's
content.
on for hours on TV.
Doctor
you're
Who.
right.
And you're such a fucking nerd. It's got Big Bang from start to finish. So
Oh, dude,
you're-
fuck Big Bang. That show sucks.
You're so stupid.
Kyle.
You watch that.
Kyle loves Big Bang.
Yeah, I know.
Theory.
I don't.
Dude, it's like the only show I fucking
Yeah.
watch is fucking Big Bang Theory.
I think
Love
HBO
it.
Max is underwhelming.
Love
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
It's
Have
on
you,
TV.
you haven't even looked at it yet, Corbin,
Hours
have you?
and hours blocks.
I'm looking at it now.
No, you're not. Are you logged into the app?
No.
Yeah, but like
I'm at the
Big Bang,
lineup on Google.
Friends, those are syndicated on so many channels.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally, I could record it right now on my DVR. Just look at some random show at 1 a.m. CW, for goodness sakes. I mean, like, is that really what they have as their best? What, they have Gotham by Gaslight? Oh, no, I know
No,
that.
but
Tim.
they have Friends,
I know
South
that.
Park, Rick and
Thank you,
Morty.
Tim.
Like,
I got you on that one.
you get all the. I think the only place you can find the entire collection of South Park would be South Park Studios, if it's even on there anymore.
Or literally, I've recorded over 300 episodes just every other night after 11 on Comedy Central.
All right, yeah, you get your little VCR and you do your time recorder and record
Or
your
I
your
pay for a
VHS
special
tape.
app that I'm paying for it anyway. Or get this, pay for another app for several different shows you can find on the cable you're already paying for.
You
Oh
can't-
my
you can't
gosh.
watch them in
Thank-
order from first to
Can't do
last
it.
on cable, though.
Pretty sure I can find it. It's not like this is like content I can't find anywhere else.
Listen, we do not promote your illegal actions and your illegal processes here, Corbin. All right.
Guess
You're
what?
gonna go illegally
They have
download
all
shows.
5 episodes, all seasons of
Anything about downloading anything.
Don't you
people-
wanna watch Supermarket Sweeps? Oh, the Ghost Whisperer. Check that out. They have all that. Can't find the Ghost Whisperer anywhere.
They have all the Harry Potter movies in one place.
Yeah.
What?
Go to your local library. We have them
Everyone.
all too.
Holy
Or
fuck.
just check TNT every other
Oh,
night.
Get
Who
HBO
wrote-
goddamn Max now.
Who wrote Harry Potter, Corbin?
Yeah, get it now.
J.K.
Get
Rowling.
it now.
Okay.
I'm geeked up. No.
Not later. Now.
he's leveled up. But Titans actor who plays Jason Todd says it would be an honor to be killed by the Joker. Would you like to see that play out in Titans?
I would.
Jason
For sure.
Todd get beat down with a crowbar. I think
I-
that's something that should be more safe for a movie.
I think they should actually vote again and see if how everybody votes.
Vote to kill him a third time.
Yep.
Dang. Yeah, totally.
Third time's the charm, right? This
They-
time it sticks.
No. They already did this stupid vote, though.
That's what I'm saying. Third
Yeah,
time's
I'm
the
about
charm.
to say they voted on. And that'd be a time gimmick. I wish they would. I get you, but I wish they had saved that for that and not what the hell we saw, which was him falling off a building.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm gonna get HBO Max and it's gonna be like Disney Plus for me. It's really cool for a minute, and then you're just like,
Well, you already subscribed to HBO, so why not check it out? Get it for free.
I'll just
I
go
mean-
on demand and watch shit. Oh, that movie's gonna be on. I'll just record it on my DVR.
I've got good original content on there.
Oh
so
my
far.
God, they're playing season 2, episode 4 of South Park, but it's also on Comedy Central. But I'm gonna go down to HBO Max because
But then I can watch episode 3
I
and
get to
4
watch
and 5 and 6 and 7.
DVD set.
Holy
Or-
Watch it all in a row.
watch The Sopranos again. Like it's
Watch it. Or
not
you
on
could
demand, is it?
maybe start watching Game of Thrones, and that
It's a hard fucking.
Oh yeah, you gotta love that final season.
That's a battle. That's a battle you'll never win with Kyle.
ever. Okay, it's gonna happen one day.
garbage show.
A battle you'll never win.
Yeah, that's not.
He does not help it.
You know, like I was so surprised with you because it had titties and dragons, and I thought like this is up
Dude,
Kyle's alley for sure.
I really thought that was going to win me over too, and it didn't. I'm surprised, and I tried really hard. I took everybody's advice. Don't watch season 1. Go to season 2. Okay. No. You don't want to watch seasons 1 and 2. Go straight to season 4. All right, I'm gonna go straight to season 4.
That's
No, can't do that.
No.
You can watch every episode of Space Ghost Coast to Coast on
Holy
HBO Max.
Fuck.
Oh,
That's
my
worth it alone for me.
God.
Wait,
Oh, really?
cold.
Well, honestly, you have a low bar, Matt. You started with Friends and said that you were sold. Like
I'm not a fan of Friends, but a lot of
But you
people
mentioned
are.
it as okay.
Well, that's because it was a big deal when they signed that lucrative deal to be streamed there.
For
You know what lucrative deal they should just sign to have streamed there? Absolute Geek Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're
I'm
on
calling
par
you out,
with
HBO Max.
we're on par with Joe Rogan. Why can't we get like
Yeah.
$100 million deal on Spotify? You know,
Probably bigger.
It feels icky.
I mean, I don't see Joe Rogan doing this every Friday nights, 7:30-ish, 45-ish, something.
no, he just does it every day for hours on end.
That was a joke, Matt. That was a joke.
Your joke sucked, Corbin.
Okay, almost like your sales pitches, Matt. Okay.
Almost like your terrible fucking soundproofing job behind you, Corbin.
Oh wow, it's unfinished. It's not terrible. Okay. You're funny.
Anyways.
You're funny.
Anyways.
Guys, check out HBO Max. It has HBO on it.
We did in the old studio.
Yeah, it's a fantastic soundproofing job. It's still there. It's just cluttered with other random shit I don't want in my house.
Shit, just fucking like gluing into the ceiling. It's like, what are you doing? Doesn't matter.
That was the roommate that started stapling shit to the,
No,
the
there you go,
roof.
blaming people.
Like we were trying to cut shit out and make it look nice. He's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're distracting, Corbin.
I'm done.
I'm just kidding.
What's next? Can we talk about Disney World?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about Disney World.
Apparently, Disney World is reopening.
July
what,
11th.
July 11th, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone.
Yeah, they revealed their plans. I know that Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom will be the first to reopen. That's on the 11th, and then Hollywood Studios on the 15th. And I guess they're just going from there. They're back, baby. The coronavirus has passed. Well, actually, I'm gonna read as the exec says. Everything we're doing during this unprecedented time is in service of our guests. Thank you for that money. Our cast members, thank you for that money. And our third-party operating participants, thank you for that money, who will also be following these new guidelines in their locations, says Disney Parks exec Matt Simon. We're constantly monitoring conditions and best practices, more money, and we continue to learn every day from health and government authorities. As a result, our operational changes and safety measures may change from time to time, but we want to deliver all that Disney money, magic you know and love with safety, as always, our top priority.
But no Jews.
Huh?
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, take.
That was
Oh my goodness.
just kidding, guys.
Yeah, no. So that to me is not even, it's a non-story. I mean, Disney in general, Legoland Florida's they're like, beat this, we're reopening on the 1st of June.
But so
Universal
if they reopen successfully, does that mean that we have a good shot of Phoenix Fan Fusion in September?
Oh, bro, that's happening. That's happening. Let me tell you why that's happening. Let me tell you, as soon as AZ opened back up,
I'm waiting.
as soon as AZ I'm sure right now, if they wanted to, if California really could find a way, and it wasn't too close to being too late for Comic-Con, they would try. Like certain places are still shut down. Phoenix is looking at us going, we got 3 more months. Every other major spot's opening up. Arizona's been itching to get back in the game. Yeah, we're back. I mean, look at their promo and stuff now. I've been looking at Tucson Comic-Con. I'm not sure if I don't know enough about the leadership at the top of these conventions and who's in charge or what their motivate. Well, obviously it's for money, but if you look at Tucson Comic-Con, they haven't put out anything about any change, but like they've just been quiet.
Well, they're in November though, so they've got
exactly. I mean,
so
it's a
much
hot
time.
skip and a jump from September. It's literally a month between the two. You would think there'd be something. Meanwhile, Phoenix Fan Fusion's already put out their relocated hotel times, their availability. Like they're not playing. They're quiet, like kind of. But look at the website. They're continuing on this plan. It's. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I mean, I'd still go regardless. But like I'm saying, in terms of like, no, they're not letting this stop them. If they were, they would have just canceled the sucker instead of pushing it back 4 months. Every other convention pretty much said, no, we're done. We're going to reassess and we'll do it here. They were in the midst of being locked down. They'd already said, oh, yeah. So they had the dates locked in. Like, yeah, I think they're definitely a go. I think just like Disney, like, oh, thank you. Oh, more money? Thank you.
They're just not going to have. They're just not going to have the space and the crowd control to meet guidelines.
Do you think that there will still be guidelines by September?
Yes.
I feel like UC will have pushed past half of that by the end of July.
With all the ways people,
they're just gonna go. Oh, phase 2 is 2 weeks from now. Phase 3, July, August. Like that's what I'm saying. I get what you mean, Kyle. Like in terms of being responsibly like doing it, but if we're doing that, it'd be many, and they're trying to get back to it now. I mean, you got NBA going back July 31st. The NBA going back July 31st. Like,
how are they doing the seats though?
But when there's no crowd,
yeah,
they're not doing the crowd.
the NHL is coming back and playing with no crowd.
So on your point, Corbin, the NBA is coming back. Yes, but what was that? There was what?
no crowd.
There's no crowd.
Right.
That's one of the more responsible sports leagues.
Right.
Oh, so you know what Comic-Con should do? No crowd.
But do you think that they will do that? No.
But even if Comic-Con goes off, who's to say
Kyle,
that guests are going to still want to show up?
That's
I
I would
between that and between whatever guidelines they're going to have to do. So what do they? I just don't
feel
see it
like
making any sense.
point to the guidelines that I think I get it. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all on what they should do. I'm just saying, based on the track record so far, that they're all of a sudden going to go, you know what? You really should take care of these guidelines. They've been pushing to get different hotels, if you look at it right now, that have tentatively agreed to make group rates already for September from now. The last thing on their mind right now seems to be safety and concern. Because at that point, you would say, Comic-Con set off indefinitely. We're not talking hotels at this time. They did a quick 180 on getting that. So
you know what your booths are going to be? Is it's going to be a plexiglass wall, like box, that the person's sitting in with a little slot. You just slide your book through the slot. They sign it in their gloved hand, slide it back to you, and you go about your business. There's no communication. There's no like photo ops, none of that.
The hard part, that's the easy part, but the hard part is the crowd.
My fear is that they're going to just claim ignorance by this point. It's just they're going to try to treat it as normal. Like, I don't think they're going to go, what about this and what about this? They're going to have some people with some mask on, some people doing this, and they're just going to continue on and look the other way on it.
I don't think it's going to matter, though.
For recommended guidelines, but I don't think that the convention itself has the safety and interest as its frame of mind. I think the money is what's talking. And for that, open up, put a space, put some markers on for some separation, and just look the other way.
But is it going to matter? So you've got people rioting in every state right now. You got people going out nightly in Minnesota rioting. You've got people on beaches in all over the place. The Ozarks had a ton of people there. There was people all over Scottsdale last weekend.
But this is a set ticketed thing. You can't just go.
But my response is, you have all these people mass gathering. If you don't see an explosion of coronavirus cases from all this, what are we even talking about?
All I know is it's on the loose again. Those fucking monkeys stole the coronavirus fucking blood samples, man, and it's on again.
It's on.
Just like Tim is gone again.
You mean Lance? Lance is gone again?
Yes, Lance is gone.
Tim was never here.
Sorry, Tim.
Oh, no, but I get you. I guess I have a lack, like, I don't even want to call it jadedness about the whole thing. I just don't think that they care. I don't. I think that you're right. If by all accounts, if you were even having an iota of thought about the people and what you're looking forward to, you would have just held this off. You wouldn't make plans to keep it moving. It would have been like every other conference right now, either canceled or held off indefinitely. The fact that they're still trying to keep this thing chugging along against literally all odds just makes it seem like they just don't care about it. And with that, it's like, well, yeah, you bring up all these logical explanations on why they should, and I'm saying that I don't think they have those in mind.
I think they're holding out for what you're saying, that it's just going to be cool by July.
That's what I think they're trying to do.
They're just like, by July, they're just going to say, you know what? I'm Governor Ducey, and what I'm going to do is fuck social distancing, get your hair done, Comic-Con.
That's exactly what I'm saying they're going to do. And the sad thing is, I don't know how pathetic it is that I know all this and
It's phase 4, July 1st.
Exactly. I mean, that's how they opened up. There was nothing where they said they were going to
Stone Creamery, get me some ice cream and make me more money.
They said they were going to wait till they had some physical evidence, and then a week later, they're like, well, we're open. What about that evidence? Well, we're open. Like, they don't care. And, like, the sad thing is, I know all this, and we're talking about all this, and if they said Comic-Con was going on, I would still make plans to go. I don't know what that says about me.
I'm just doing my Darth Vader mask.
I might borrow Matt's Court of Owls. No.
Got one. I wouldn't know how that is. So.
Oh,
Wait,
it's over there, Lance.
Wait.
I mean,
Wait, which
It's
one?
right there. Is it sitting next to you right now? Okay.
How do y'all have one? Where's mine?
It's at my house. I have it.
I have to come to your.
You got to come get it.
Fudge!
Yeah.
The one
Lance
time
have
I
to mail
tried-
his, but I have yours.
Darn it! Thank you. I darn it.
You got
Yeah.
high on the spray paint smell.
Yeah.
I
That's
got a Black Crown Royal bag for mine.
Shit! Dang it! Yeah, I need to go get it.
Watch, I'll show it to you real quick.
Kyle did his
Where is it?
his uptight. James Gunn says that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 won't release until after 2021.
Not surprised.
Nah, me neither. Especially all the Corona stuff.
I love how people just make up rumors though and expect it to just happen. Like, how? When were they filming during the midst of this?
Right? Disney Plus is apparently censoring cleavage shots on Wizards of Waverly Place, causing fans to be out or in an uproar. I can't talk over it, censoring a show.
Wow. So cool.
Perfect.
Kyle, that's cool.
Oh, fuck you.
Can you even breathe through that bag, Kyle?
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
That's the most anti-corona mask I've heard.
I'm wearing this tomorrow tonight.
If only it was a Bane one.
It would be so badass if it was a Bane one.
Only been worn to the liquor store and back, and that's it.
Mhm.
Then I can continuously say, the whiskey shot rises.
Meet your destiny.
The whiskey shot rises. So you got to poke a little hole in that so you can put a
poke
straw
little
through
hole,
it.
bitch.
So you can put a straw through it so you can drink with the mask on.
Yeah, totally. That's the only cool thing Tim's ever done, right there.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, he fucking called your card, Tim.
Oh.
Tim,
Those fucking,
don't put me on blast on the chat.
those fucking Jedi hill are garbage.
Yep. Fuck all your other 3D printing, you schmuck. That's the best thing you've done.
Dude, like,
Fuck
those,
your droid, you son of a
those
bitch.
lightsaber
Fuck your
handles-
shitty droid. That's the best thing you've done is the Darth Vader mask.
Dude, those lightsaber handles he's making are legit, bro.
Fuck your droid. The best thing you did, this right here. Fuck your droid.
Paper mask.
Fuck
whatever.
the lightsaber hilts you just made.
Shots fired.
Fuck everything.
Everything's fine in Virginia. So.
What was that?
Everything's fine in Virginia. Everything's fine in Texas.
Yeah, well, yeah, for now, yeah, apparently.
Boy, for now, everything's fine in Texas.
We might have another 500-year storm, man. We don't know.
Oh, dude, and then you can
Oh,
hang
you
up on
better
us
hang
again.
up now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tim is crying in the chat. You've officially hurt his feelings.
Tim, I love the shit you make on a 3D printer.
I do too, buddy, man.
Don't
Legit.
fucking backpedal now, motherfucker.
Well, you know, I already said it. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into a little bit of since we have our good buddy Lance with us. Not Lance from Couch Crunchers, a better Lance, a more
All right.
hilarious Lance, a more dashing Lance,
Well,
a
that is
more
true.
debonair Lance,
Yeah, that is true. All that.
a Lance that Kyle has said he would leave his wife for.
That one time, sure.
Let's get into a little bit of odd news.
Shot rises.
Tonight, the Six Dad World Prime Time Special with people just like you, only more pathetic.
It's a bit nutty.
You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
Kick it.
Yeah.
Kick it.
A South Korean football team, soccer in the States, is apologizing after accidentally using sex dolls to replace fans in the stands.
I think it's genius.
Absolutely.
I absolutely do too, especially if they're real dolls.
What a promotion. Yeah.
You just see a bunch of fans that look like they're cheering.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do something, get
It'd
through
be
the.
cool if you saw the other fans making it go like this.
Just some random dude walks in there and just starts humping him. Totally.
Just be nice and just have a whole bunch of.
I mean, and Korean, like that's some people's fetish, so that's good. It's my fetish.
Yeah, sex dolls in professional sports stands.
Well, Korean, yeah.
Oh, Korean sex dolls.
Yeah.
All right, I can get behind
North
that.
Korean.
I can get behind that. Scientists say they went wackadoo due to laughing gas from pigeon poo.
That's awesome.
Wow. Pigeon poo.
It's the newest craze to huff pigeon poo.
Dude, I've been doing that for years. You guys are all fucking behind the curve.
Behind the curve, huh?
I always did that right before I Joe.
You take a big old huff of some pigeon poo. Do you save it in a jar
What do you
with a
think
giant
right now?
balloon? You save it in a jar with a giant balloon.
No.
Tim says in the chat, the big question is, will they leave them there for the public to use when the fans get to come back?
They fucking better.
They fucking better.
Only fair.
I mean, it makes sense. I like that Cal staying on brand and keeping the mask on. By the way,
Bob, you can keep that sex doll.
Following Kyle's favorite absolute geek topic, the Squirrel Team 6, Pakistan claims that they captured an Indian spy, India officials claim they captured a Pakistani spy pigeon.
That's awesome. I want a fucking spy pigeon. The rat of the sky. Or if it had a note tied to its leg.
It had it taped to its leg.
Yeah.
It was tied with a piece of bark.
It was tied with a piece of bark. It was tied with satin ribbon.
Game of Thrones shit right there, man.
And it had a cowboy hat glued to its head.
It's got a little fedora. And as it lands, deliver you your coded message. It tips fedora.
Sure.
The whiskey shot rises.
You should wear that to the bar tonight, Kyle. Just sit there with your mask on.
Yeah.
I should.
Just holding it like that the entire time.
I'm going to.
Need
Hold on. Oh, let's go like this.
There you go. Just
You
remove
gotta
it to
open a
drink
little
and put
bit.
it back.
Yeah, just like put it to the side. Take a straw in there. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Peruvian mayor poses as a corpse to avoid arrest for violating his own coronavirus lockdown order. So he actually went as far as to get into a coffin. He went as far as to get into a coffin and pretend to be dead in order to avoid his own lockdown.
Sorry, guys. Fuck. Took a little extra longer.
A little extra longer.
Yeah.
90 minutes longer.
Yeah. Fuck. You fuckers.
You fuckers.
You fuckers. So what are you guys talking about?
We are just going through some talking about a Peruvian mayor who dressed up as a corpse and pretended to be dead in order to avoid his own lockdown order.
God, fucking good for that dude. Hell yeah.
Totally.
You see those two prison inmates that try to pretend like they were illegal immigrants and they're trying to get themselves deported? I think they were
smart.
Colorado prison.
It's pretty smart. It's better than being in jail.
Research has shown that flowing facial hair, big bushy beards, might help you in a fight because they better absorb blows to the head.
Fucking Brian's prepared like a champ.
Brian's got
Fuck no. Yeah, that ain't true. I
I
don't believe
like
that for a second.
I like that barrier potential.
That shit ain't work.
That shit ain't work.
All right, gentlemen, I'm out. I'm going to the bar.
All right. Later, brother.
Good night.
You have a good
Take
night.
care, Kyle.
Later, everybody out there. And
Matt, did you already?
Rises
Hey, ask him what time the bar closes.
Hey, what time does the bar close?
when I decide to leave.
When he decides to leave.
I
Hey,
didn't
could I
know-
get lighter?
What were you asking now, Brian?
Later, guys.
Did you already talk about your comic pickups?
I have not talked about my comp pickups yet.
Have you talked about the McFarlane pickup on here yet?
I have not talked about the McFarlane pickup.
You got to talk about that. That shit's crazy.
I was waiting for the expert to come back.
So, do you have a picture you could share, or do you want to show that?
Expertive enough to do.
Let me find. I can find a picture of it. Hold on.
I can just pull it out again.
Yeah. So Matt found himself a little fucking diamond in the rough that.
So I did show it earlier on the show, but
yeah, I saw it in the chat. Super nice.
9.8, Amazing Spider-Man. Oh no, so it's a 9.0. I apologize. 9.0 Amazing Spider-Man 298. That's where I got the 8 from. But notice blue label. All right, but whose signature is that right there? That's the Todd Fathers.
Oh, Todd Father.
That's the original Todd Father signature. Nope. And for people that don't know, he changed his signature
daily
around the time of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man series. I think like definitely after issue 1 of the Spider-Man series. So if you find McFarlane signatures that look like that, they're not fucking fakes. Definitely pick them up, because he did a lot of things where at certain comic shops he would go in and sign books, and they would stamp on the back, and I went and bought a 50-cent book that I showed Kyle. I'm like, is that McFarlane's autograph? And Kyle's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, it doesn't look like it. He's like, it is. And I believed him, so I bought it for $1, and it turned out to be one of those issues. When I opened it up, a fucking certificate of authenticity fell out of it. And it talked about him being at that comic store back in 1990 something, signing those books. So look out. I look for those books all the time on eBay, just because they're hard to find and they're cool books. I love shit like that. I love when signatures change, when they changed. He's got one of the best signatures in comics, so you can't fault him for changing it.
I think it's an interesting pickup, and I don't think the guy knew what he had when I got it from him on eBay, because I mean I got it for like $70, but it's you don't really see CGC mess ups like that.
No.
And it's not. It would have a different color label on it that said written on cover, name on cover. If it wasn't a real signature, it's not. It doesn't say he signed the book on there. It's like they totally just overlooked it, and they still gave it a blue label.
Yeah.
So
that's badass.
I love shit like that.
Interesting pickup. But do you want to go ahead and run through the hot 10, and we'll fucking get the hell out of here? Call it a night.
Yeah. Let me pull that shit up here. Hold on.
Corbin's been waiting to talk more comic books. Oh well, we can talk about that too. So. This week, if you're a Wednesday warrior, check out Tales from the Spinner Rack this Sunday, as new comic books did come back this week. So we got some big books to review. I can tell you right now, if you are picking up Wednesday books, look, Marvel books, and I think we're going to see it, and I'm interested to get your opinion on this, Brian. Marvel books are coming back at an extremely low print run. So, do you think these books are going to explode or affect the market in any way, shape, or form as far as spec goes?
Yes.
Because they're coming back in very low print runs. And I have to recommend, if you are picking up Wednesday books, man, my pick of the week, spoiler on Spin Rack this week, is going to be Avengers 33.
Really?
Because
what just happened?
Yep, and because you get more stuff about the origin of Mjolnir in here.
Yeah, that was something I was not expecting.
You get, spoiler if you want to read it and see how it happens, but you see Moon Knight beat the fuck out of Thor. Moon Knight takes out Thor. Easily. With Mjolnir. But you gotta read the book to find out how that's possible. But I think Marvel's got big things coming from Moon Knight rather than just the TV show, because they definitely gave him a big power boost and a big role boost in Avengers 33. So that's definitely worth checking out. I
was a big fan of that. I'm sorry. That was shocking, came out of nowhere, and honestly, I like the way they're developing Moon Knight and not just, he's amazing. Like, there's some actual backstory being built into this that's only making it more interesting to follow where this goes.
I picked up Marauders 10.
Okay.
Venom 25. I actually picked up 2 covers to Venom 25.
Look at that beauty.
And then a couple of Aftershock one-offs, Dead Day and Rogue Planet.
Yeah, I picked up that one.
So, what's that? 176?
176.
There you go.
I'm trying to start with the small stuff, but we getting there.
So yeah, new comic books are in stores. If you guys haven't been watching the Spinner Rack and you are comic book warriors, Marvel, like I said, Marvel low print run, and they're only shipping every other week. So they ship this week, next week, Wednesday will be all trades, and then the following Wednesday there'll be new books again. And they're doing that till looks like the middle of August. So,
gonna be a little tight,
a
little bit. But go ahead with the hot 10.
All right, so this is interesting. I think we've talked about this book many times, and this is Edge of Spider-Verse #2, the 3rd printing variant. First appearance of Gwen Stacy. Now, the reason why we've talked about it in the past is because if any of the 2nd, 3rd, 4th printings were going to pop off on the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, Edge of Spider-Verse #2, it would be this one, because this is the only one that's different. The rest of them are the same cover with just a different color. So this is the design variant, kick-ass neon green design, really cool shit. I love this type of stuff. And when they do the different covers like this, it makes it more spec worthy. So this book is is going a little crazy right now. Basically $50 to $75 raw, up to $100 sales. So yeah, just crazy. Again, this is the Edge of Spider-Verse #2, 3rd printing variant, the design variant, just super dope. So
We got a revolving cast tonight. I thank Lance for joining us for a little bit. Welcome, Solo Wookie.
What's happening? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, what stamp were you talking about in the chat?
So those original McFarlanes, like Brian was saying, there should be a little stamp, and unfortunately it's sealed. Some of them are on the inside cover, and if they didn't note that he had the signature on there, I wonder if they
little
even
red
noted the
spider
stamp.
stamp.
So it's just a little small, and it's really tiny, but it's just got a spider web, and sometimes it's on the back cover.
Yeah, and it'll also be on the certificate of authenticity if you have that too.
Well, I don't know, because I mean it's on the book itself. It's not on the case, and like I said, it's blue labeled, and it doesn't even say that it's signed by him. So like they completely overlooked the signature 100%.
Yeah, they didn't see it.
Is it on the back? Check the back.
There's nothing on
the
the
little
back.
red. Yeah, it's probably on the inside cover.
Red one. Yeah, it's probably on the inside.
But that's kind of what caught my eye on it. It was there's no gold. There's no gold label. It's no yellow label. It's
that's
straight
crazy.
blue label.
Yeah, that's great stuff, man.
Yeah, that's a
great
score and a half.
Number 9 is a big boy book.
Oh, I thought you said big. Whoops.
Albedo #2, first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo from the early 80s. This is one of those grail books for independent comic fans. The Mount Rushmore of independent books this is one of them, along with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, Cerberus #1. Some people like to throw Love and Rockets up there. There's like that Mount Rushmore. This is definitely on the Mount Rushmore. So a very tough book to find. And a recent copy. You guys are gonna shit when you hear this. A recent copy, a 9.8 sold for $23,000 this week.
Holy crap!
$23,000, set an all-time high. It went for $7,000 in 2018, and it's up to $23,000. If you guys don't think the comic market is strong, look at shit like that.
Yeah.
That thing tripled in value since 2018. Stocks are strong. I mean, comic stocks are strong, man. You just got to know how to play the game.
That's a gobbledygook. I mean, that's going. Wow.
Super hard to find. Super hard to find in decent grade. Gorgeous book. That was number 9. Number 8 is the Star Wars Clone Wars Peach Momoko Frankie's variant. This is a store exclusive, internet store exclusive Frankie's Comics. Frankie's Comics has done some pretty shitty things in the past, lying about print runs and stuff. So I haven't really bought from him in a while, and I'm just haven't been a fan lately. Just kind of done some shady things, but I don't know what's been going on the last couple of years. This is a beautiful Peach Momoko cover. They printed 1,000 of them, they say, but you got to remember 1,000 book print run for a internet store exclusive variant is not rare. That's quite a bit. Rare is like 100. Rare for internet store exclusive variant is like 200. That's when.
Are we going to see a Wolverine variant thing where they say they only have so much, and then they're like, oh well, we've got more in this warehouse?
I believe they've done shit like that. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's been some fuckery going on at these internet exclusive bullshit. So, but it's a beautiful cover, and Peach Momoko's super hot. She's got 2 books on the list this week. So
now, what was that one of her? That was one of her first, wasn't it?
No, this
like
just
her
recently,
second or third.
This recently just came out.
Oh, okay. I had heard different.
Yeah, pre-sold for $20, selling now for about $75. Star Wars Adventures Clone Wars Battle Tales #1 Peach Momoko variant out of 1,000. Frankie's Comics variant. Yeah, if you want one, get one. Good cover. I wouldn't bother specking on it. That's just me. Number 7, another Star Wars book, Dr. Aphra, number 7. This one is, again, you guys know what's going on with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is so crazy that raw Ahsoka first appearances, just the regular copy, not the variant, are selling for like $900.
Is that number 7 or number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
The first appearance of Ahsoka is number 1. The Clone Wars #1. But so you guys know how crazy Ahsoka stuff is. Yeah. Here's another female Star Wars character that Star Wars, as in fucking Disney, are specking on huge. They're gambling on this character big time. They think this character can be huge. She can play the bad guy, the good guy. She's got the cool droids. She's Vader's, kind of like tech person. This could be huge. But the problem is, if you're not already on the Dr. Aphra train, then you're going to have problems finding stuff, because her first appearance is already a crazy book. It's probably close to $100 raw. I wouldn't be surprised. But this is Dr. Aphra #1 from 2020, the Ashley Witter 1 in 25 variant. And this one's going for $40 to $45 right now. This just recently came out, so it's a double ratio, so which is pretty nice.
Do you recall which first appearance it is right offhand? It's in Vader, isn't it? Vader number
the very first Vader series by Marvel, number 3. And if you have Vader #3 from the second Vader series by Marvel, that's another great spec book. It's got the first appearance of that Jedi, that badass Jedi that he's got to kill. So that's a great book. But yeah, so that was number 7. Number 6, this is a crazy book. This is Blackwood, The Morning After, number 3, another Peach Momoko variant. This was a $40 book out the gate Wednesday. You could have bought this for cover price in the store, put it up on eBay before you walked out the door, and sold it for $40. It's dropped down to 20 to 15. I guess it's like a dark Harry Potter type scenario. Evan Dorkin's writing it. He's got a big fan base. This is pretty crazy. They're selling for about $15 to $20, I guess, right now. But it is a B cover. But yeah, crazy undercutter wave going on with it. Number 5 is Daredevil 610, the second print. This is an interesting one because this one's been out for a while. If you guys remember, this is a new character called the Vigil, super sick villain type character. His first appearance was in 609. This is, I believe, his first cover appearance. This is 610, the second printing variant. That's a super ominous, dark looking character right there. That is fucking a badass character. Great name. I love the religious undertones. Perfect Daredevil villain. Fucking perfect Catholic. Daredevil is just drenched in Catholicism. Like, I've never seen a comic book that is drenched in religion more than Daredevil. You know what I mean? So to have a villain that's part of, kind of like the Templars, the guy that killed the Templar Knights, or the Inquisition type shit, Crusades. That's fucking deep, dark, cool shit. I love it. This is a $50 to $100 book raw right now. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Except for Hellboy. Hellboy's pretty drenched in religion, as you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can get into that another day.
I'm joking.
It's crazy. Even crazier is that 9.8s are selling for $425 to $450.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Number 4 is the Hulk. Number 36, the 70th anniversary Marvel variant. This came out in 2011, but you can see why it's selling right now. It's just, it's obvious. You know why it's selling. So this is a $50 to $60 book right now, and only a couple currently listed. But beautiful David Mack painted variant, and you can't ever sleep on David Mack artwork. Fucking amazing.
How do you guys feel about that? Honestly, though, is that cool that they write that out in that cover, or is that just jumping on the bandwagon to push?
No, this came out in 2011, bro.
That one did?
Yeah.
Are you
2011?
kidding?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Wow, that's like some Simpsons predicting the future type stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's about
I thought that was one of the new ones.
No, it's fucking dope.
He's from the future.
But number 3, you got to have Miles Morales on the list. Nobody's as hot as Miles Morales and Ahsoka, and they're going to be on the list for months to come.
Hey, I just drunk bought that book.
Yeah. Number 4, these are $900 books, 9.8s. Miles Morales is hot, and there's just you can't say nothing about that. Number 2, this is an interesting one. So this, if I understand it correctly, was an exclusive. You had to buy so many of the comics to get the pops.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, something like that.
The pops are out. They're fire, by the way. Sorry.
What's that?
The pops are out. I saw one of them, and they're fire.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I hear that people are going crazy for these, and they ended up doing like one per store after they sold them for the pops. But this book is not rare. There are people that got long boxes full of them. So expect a massive crash on this book. It's selling for $75 to $100 raw right now. Again, this is the Venom number 25 Funko preview exclusive variant. But if you have one, sell it. This book is going to crash. It's just too many pictures of people with long boxes of them. So
wow, I've never even seen that cover.
Yeah, crazy. It's cool looking cover. It reprints Amazing Spider-Man 316, first cover appearance of Venom.
Another book I drunk bought.
Yeah, dope book. Number 1 this week, Marvel Action Avengers number 10. And is this the book you were talking about, Matt?
For what?
You were talking about an Avengers book?
No, we're talking about the current one.
No.
Yeah, we're talking about the one that just came out. 30.
Yeah. Okay. So this just came out too. And this is everybody's going crazy for this. This is like they're calling it the first appearance of Yellow Hulk. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit because the first appearance of Yellow Hulk is not in this book. It's in What If, I think number 34. Let me see if I can find this. But anyways, this book is selling for $40 raw right now because of Yellow Hulk and it's crazy spec. But it is cool because, as Ben says, it's breathing some excitement in the spec game for new books, which is nice to see. It's nice to see new books coming out. So we're stoked for that. Everybody that's a comic fan is stoked for that. So cool shit.
That is.
Yeah. That be it.
That be it. Wow. That was interesting.
That's kind of a crazy top 10.
Actually, hold on. Check this out. So this is from What If number 34, I think. The Mighty Mel V sent this to me. And it's so crazy. Look at the bottom left there. What if Power Man were white? If that type of shit came out nowadays, fucking that's crazy right there. But you also got
cool back then, but yeah, I mean, I like how they kind of sneak those in there too.
Yeah. What if Thing were blue?
Something no one ever thought of, right beside something that I'm sure a few people thought of before.
I think you could do it today, but you'd have to ride that thin veiled line of PC. It would not be easy to do today. It is doable today. It just wouldn't be easy.
Stupid. So dumb. The other one. What if Invisible Girl dyed her hair? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
Why would that fucking matter?
Yeah.
You just see this wig just slightly bopping down the street. You know, there'd be nothing there, just this blonde.
Holy shit. Look what it says there. Can you guys read that?
What?
Luke Cage is a funky honky.
What
wow.
about that big line that Chad was just talking about? Was not back then.
No, see, you're not printing that today. That's not gonna fly. That ain't.
Neither of them would fly.
Yep. That's crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Funky honky, you get what I mean?
Awesome. That is awesome.
Canceled Marvel.
But okay, but look, are you gonna make Blazing Saddles today?
Fuck no, you could never make Blazing
Never.
Saddles today.
Never happened. One of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah,
Movie
but
is hilarious.
It was so great because of the irony. That's why it was so great, and it was fucking talking about something that needed to be talked about in a comedic, ironic way that it really hit a fucking nerve in the right way. But they could never do that shit today. Comedy's a totally different ball game, man. It doesn't
have
have
a
any
black
respect.
sheriff? Why not? It worked in Blazing Saddles.
And that's exactly why do we not need that comedic punch in the face right now? At what? At everything that's going on right now, I lay awake in bed and I think, geez, is God up there just looking down on us going, you know, maybe I'll give the dinosaurs a second shot. You know, like these guys, everyone, they all suck. I'm ready to start over with dinosaurs again.
Lord, I feel
we went full circle because we brought up God and religion.
Well, it could be
it's all over the place.
I used the slang term God. It could be aliens. It could be, I don't know what's up there. It could be Alanis Morissette.
I like
whatever you choose.
I'm okay with. I'm going to go with Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that.
I believe in the Martian Manhunter or Marvin Martian.
There you go. I'm all right with that. I love me some Marvin. I have a very large collection of Marvin.
Keep Alanis Morissette.
Right? The voice of God.
That's right.
Right? The Spectre. There we go.
She looks oddly like Alanis Morissette.
So was that your only pickup this week, Matt?
No, I mean, as far as I picked up some current stuff, like new releases that came out this week too. But like I said, I picked up I drunk bought Fallout 4 for the first appearance of Miles. That should be here tomorrow. I picked up the first cover appearance of Venom drunkenly. That should be here tomorrow. And I also picked up a IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1.
Oh, nice.
On eBay, so I'm waiting for that to be shipped to me too.
Nice. How about you, Corbin? What's your deal this week? What'd you get, man? Where's your Wookiees cookies?
Cookies.
I like that. That should be your tag. I went to Fantastic Comics. I had never been there before, up in Scottsdale. Picked up a whole bunch of the essential.
Is
Marvel.
it nice up there? I haven't been to that one yet. Is it?
I love it. It's really cool. I mean, aside from the customer service, which is great, they have a good set of books. They have a nice like dollar bin set, and then they also have this thing they do where after you spend $15 or every $15 or $20 you spend, you get basically like 2 free comics, mystery like. That's attached to like the price of it. So if you get the $25 ones, yeah, you get less of them, but there's probably better books. With the $15, you get more of them. They're just like decent books. So I spent $100. I picked up 5 of them, like different sets. I still haven't seen what they are. But I picked up a run of. I'm a sucker for those, the Marvel Essentials. So I got that. Picked up a Spider-Man 176.
Nice. That looks solid, man. Look at that cover. Let me see that again.
Freeze is dope.
Wow, look at how clean that is.
Look at that Batman Mr. Freeze. That's sick right there.
I love this. Exactly. Look, it's just beautiful books. So I grabbed those, picked myself up another one. I'm a sucker for them. You know that. That's not friend. And then after that, what I get? Oh, just a Dark Knight Returns, the comic, and a couple of these. So I picked up a couple of like classic books. Another trade paperback, but all of the collection of the Punisherverse, which was pretty solid. So that was me. It wasn't a lot of new stuff out that I was really grabbing, so I compensated by grabbing some older stuff that I had some eyes on. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, got my Wookiee cookies.
Your Wookiee's cookies.
I appreciate that.
What about you, Brian? What'd you pick up?
I didn't pick up much of anything, man, but I did find these. Remember this fucking issue?
Oh, serious? Man. And you want to sell those, right?
No. This book's going crazy right now, man.
I know. Hey, when I see it,
I was trying to get on it. I was like, and I know
I'm there. I got your back, bro. I got your six.
Speaking of that, Brian, I was digging through my stuff to look for stuff to sell because I'm going to start selling some of my books to support my my habit of buying graded books online. Fucking, I didn't even know I had this. I should have put it up when it was on the Hot 10. I didn't even know I had that. It's still a $60 book, but there's so many of them up there.
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing. Check this shit out. I just saw this. So that is a direct sale.
Uh-huh.
Boom, newsstand.
Wow.
Whoa.
How rare is it to find that shit newsstand?
Yeah, that's like $80 rare is what I'm thinking for the pair.
Let me ask you guys this question.
I've
I've been wondering this. So I've been looking through online at old Spider-Man books. What does it mean when you have the newsstand barcode, but there's a black slash through it?
That means it was direct.
That means it was direct?
Yeah.
So it's not, because I've seen people saying, no, that means it's a second printing.
Well, let's look it up. Let's check this shit out.
I think some of them were a second print, but it was the original direct, if I'm not mistaken. But I've heard both as well, Matt. I'm not 100% positive.
Why do you still come? So here we go. So it says, if you found a comic book with a diagonal line across the barcode or a strike through, then you're looking at an early example of a direct edition comic book published in 1979 or early 1980. And in this question, you stumble across blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's the original direct edition. They would
But some of the second run or second editions had that anyway, because some of them didn't discern back then, did they? I don't think that they weren't quite as big on the first print, second print crap back then.
I'm not sure. I most of them you can tell, but that's a good question.
It should say on the inside cover.
Yeah, because I've just been running into that a lot, and I'm like, they're usually like different prices, and I'm like, well, is that a second print? Because they tend to be a little bit cheaper.
No, if it has the line through it, it's a comic shop. If it doesn't have a line through it, it's a newsstand.
You learn something new every day, right?
I learned something I'm telling you, every Friday night. Always.
You always learn something new.
And those are the facts, folks.
Look at that finish, Chad.
No, that's and I've heard both. I've heard there was an argument at a comic book shop. I don't know, 9 months ago, 10 months ago. I'm old. I don't know how long it was, and it was very similar to, oh, those were the seconds, and no, they didn't really discern second print runs back then, and except for in the Star Wars, of course, where they actually had reprint right up on the front cover label and blah blah blah. So, but ASMs, as far as I had heard or known, there wasn't any major defining, other than the inside cover, wasn't any major defining first print, second print, blah blah blah.
Wow.
Well, because I've noticed too on ASMs, a lot of the ways to tell a second print on ASMs is the Marvel Comics box color. So, like, if you get a second print of 361, it's got that pink or it's purple, the purple Marvel box cover. Some of the other ones are different colored. So like the second print is a different color, third print's a different color. The same with like 363 and 62. I've noticed that when you're looking at them, if it's a second or third print, that box, the Marvel Comics box, is a different color.
Right, but that didn't start until late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
80, 88, 87?
I think, right?
Again, I'm old and bad with dates,
That's
so
just,
I can't.
that's what I've noticed, trying to like figure out, because I know 361 also has the different colored covers for the second and third printings as well. So, but that's just kind of what I've noticed with the older books, is that that box changes. What's your guys' opinion on buying older books? Are you, when you're gonna buy an old book, are you okay with buying like a 4.0 or something, or ungraded versus graded? Because I've been seeing in the comic book community a lot of people getting flack for buying graded books over raws. That they're being called slab jockeys because they only want graded books.
That's ridiculous.
They're like, we're collectors, we're big collectors, but they're slab jockeys because they just want the book for their collection. They won't ever buy it raw at a lower grade.
Okay, so for me, and I struggled with this recently a lot because I used to be, and this is all personal. This is just my personal opinion. This has nothing to do with market. This has nothing to do with I'm an expert, because I am far from that. I'll be the first to tell you. For me, I used to really be about the higher the grade, the better I am. And it almost like a personal thing, like, oh, look, I got all the high grade, I'm personal. But after watching a ton of podcasts left and right, I was listening to John Z and Ben C talking, and they said, I don't fucking care. I have the book. That's what matters. It doesn't matter the grade. It doesn't matter slabbed, unslabbed, unless I sent off my Batman 180 something because I didn't want it to fall apart, because it's just destroyed. And I knew it was going to, I'm surprised it didn't come back a 0.5, and it came back like a 1.5, but I didn't care. I just didn't want it to fall apart anymore.
Yeah,
I wanted to be able to say I have the book. And I mean, I literally paid nothing for the book anyway, but so for me, I have really changed since I've heard that from those two and their whole talk about it, their whole discussion about it. I have changed the way that I have started to buy, and I have gotten just amazing books lately because I no longer care in the older ages. Now, if I'm buying new modern, I want a 9.8. I want, the best quality. I want that 9.6, 9.8, because not for resale, not for whatever, but just for longevity, because I know I'm going to bag and board and box and do it and keep it clean anyway. So I want to start out on top. and try and ride that wave of 9.6, 9.8. But when I'm looking for old books now, I don't even care. So what? It's a 2.0. I don't care. I have the book. It gives me a chance to look at it. It gives me a chance to, visually see, because I've been in the game on and off for so long. It's really starting to, I never have really touched, seen, played with, read any of the later silvers or late golds, early silvers. That market niche right in there is what I've been writing and looking at lately and picking up.
A lot of people are doing the same exact thing, man.
And again, it was something that those two that I was watching when they were having a discussion, and they were like, who cares? You like it? Fucking buy it. Now, I'm an elitist. I like to buy runs and really strive for those runs. And part of me is still that way. But I've really changed a lot of the book. I love this book. I cannot get enough of this book. I can't.
Wow.
Oh, that's dope.
I can't.
That's pretty sick.
And it's not worth a fortune. It's not anything special. It's not, it's just a Viking with a kraken and a tentacle on a ship and a little musketeer down in there, trying to getting ready to shoot an arrow in. It just is.
It's a cool looking book.
Right. There's something about this cover that is just, I love it. And I can't get enough of it. And I won it on an auction for like $2 or $3 or $4. I mean, it was next to nothing. I don't own any sword and sorcery, but I loved the cover. Now, old me would have been, I'm not going to do that because, I don't have any of that run. And then I have to start completing a bunch of that run. And then I have, you know what I mean? Like the old me would have never done that. New me is like, no, fuck that. That is a badass cover. It's just a lot of old style goodness that I just really love. I really like it a lot. It's really clean. It speaks to me. I'm going to get it. Who cares? And so I did. And that's what I've really been trying to do. And this one finally just came in today. And again, I won it on an auction. And it's just
that saying, buy what? Oh, wow. That's cool.
That's cool. I like it. Wow.
But I mean, the spine on it is beat to crap. It's chunked out. I had to refold a ton of the bottom because it was, especially down over here because this was all dog-eared. But I don't care.
You just like the book.
Oh, the cover just set me off. And then I started looking at more of them. And oddly enough, I got another one that's water damaged because it reminded me of Brian. Oddly enough, I was like, I got to get that book because that's a sweet book.
There you go.
Oh, grab that one.
So do you as collectors think that the way comic books are looked at now, and they're looked at kind of like Brian said earlier, like stock market issues, like investments, that people neglect to look at older beat up books for more than just face value? Like there's a story to that book. Like that book has obviously been places. It's
a great point.
Seen things,
Yes.
And
that's why people love when you're a Golden Age fan, they love to take the book out and read it and flip pages and push on it. And Golden Age books are really strong, some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. So man,
I'm just
you're
like,
right.
I'm just like solo. Okay, I've had that problem. Like I've been looking at older Amazing Spider-Man books online, and because I want to complete my run, I want runs, and I can't. Personally,
that's sick. Yeah, I saw that.
I personally can't afford some of these books, so I'm like, all right, well, do I want to buy like a 4.0 or something like that, or something that's in a little bit rough shape, just so I have the book? But then part of me is like, no, if I'm going to invest this money in it, I want a good copy that I can turn around if I need to for whatever reason. So I think of the collector side, but then I also think the practical side where that's nice. Even at a 1.5, that's real nice.
Yeah.
That I can be like, well, let me flip this real quick for top value. But I don't know. I just that's something I'm struggling with now with getting into buying books like this and going the old way is where do I go? Do I want the ASM 101 that's got a torn cover because I can afford it, or do I want something better? I don't know. It's what I'm struggling with.
We all go through that phase, man. Most comic collectors go through that phase where you start buying it, just like Chad talked about, and just like you're talking about. Everybody goes through that, man. I love that shit.
I'm telling you, for me, man, try it. Just say, so if you can get it for, $20, who cares? Who cares the cover? Buy one and be like,
And
well,
really get into it though.
this
Like,
is what
look
I
at
have.
it, read it.
Yeah. And I mean, that way you can read it, that way you can look at it. Once you have that book in your hand, then you'll know how you feel about it. Because, I mean, okay, so I have 3. I just got another one, and I did it because I keep just every time I find one that's a little bit better and the right price, I buy another. Hold on a sec. I buy another freaking ASM 64. Now this is the 3rd one.
I need to get that book.
But that's the thing, is that I have 2 more of this, and the other 2, the first one I own is destroyed. It's trashed. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I paid nothing for it, and it was good just to have.
Mm-hmm.
So then I found another one. And the second one is pretty beat up. It's got some burn and stuff on it. So every time I find one for a decent price, or I can win it in an auction for a good price, I buy it. Because now I have, and I'm still looking for a better one, because this one has a big giant cut right across the bottom. But now I'm sitting on 3 of these that I can sell. Now the cost of the 3 of these will cover a 7.0. And that was another thing that those guys, I never put together. I never figured it out. I'd been doing it all wrong, trying to get moderns and getting the best grade. Like, if you're going to buy it once and just do it and blah, blah, blah. I fail every time, because
That's a tough game to play, man.
Right. You got to spec that where you're buying that modern 9.8, 9.6 at, cover price or just above, so that when it does hit in 2 weeks or whatever, you can quick flip it. Man, that's an impossible game. Yeah. It's impossible.
It's very hard to play that game. Yeah, very hard to play that game.
So I listening to those 2, I've learned more in the last year of listening to you guys and listening to those guys and listening to everybody in what they want, what they do, where they, how they're doing it. Get 3 copies of it, because by the time you buy one and then, oh, look, a little nicer one came out, and then you get that one and you sell your other one. And, oh, look, I got that one, but now there's another one that's a little nicer. So you get that one and you sell your last one. You're flipping, but so every time you sell a book, you add $20 or $30 to it, and now you have an $80 book. It took me forever to figure out, and until those guys explained it and kind of gave me the rundown for it, I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I was killing myself the last 9 months trying to figure out how to do it. And then now, I don't care. Send me a 1.5. Send me a Batman 1.5. You know how many times I've seen that book? Twice. And the other one was I couldn't afford. But when I afforded that 1.5, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
No, I agree, man. If you like it, buy that shit. Period. Don't even, if it's something that you like, buy it. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Normally, I won't even buy a modern unless I have like the whole run. I literally found this. I found this website, and I've been getting books $2-3.
Care to share? Care to share?
I will. I'll tell you later.
All right, I appreciate you.
And you got to sit and you got to watch sometimes. But I've been finding books and just killing books and just winning and winning and winning. And part of it's just luck, and part of it's really watching. But I never buy like in a series just one book because I like the cover. Recently, because of that site and some of the other stuff, I've been buying just crazy one-off books because I'm like, oh, look at that cover. That's awesome. I've also been buying my regular spawns, TMNTs, the stuff I'm chasing, my ASMs, some of that. But, so.
Stabbing bunny. That's interesting.
I've never really known or heard of Stabbity Bunny, but I mean, he's sitting in like this what appears to be like a cauldron with a skeleton, and I mean it just looks evil. But that rabbit's it reminds me of the rabbit from Monty Python. He's just looking at that skeleton like, "Fuck you, man! I will eat you, skeleton, man!" Like he's not even scared. He's just like chilling. So it just what a cool cover, and I saw that. I want it for like $2. I was like, boom, all right, I'll take it. Why not? It's a cool cover.
Yeah, I think I miss the honey holes because Tim in our chat was showing me pictures from his local store this week of books, ASM books that his store owner has, and I'm like, man, and they're going for good prices, and I'm like, you can't find that on eBay. Like everybody wants top dollar for their shit. You got people on there selling 4.0s for what 9.8s are going for, raw and slab. They want top dollar for their stuff, and they don't want to price it right. And I wish we had that honey hole that when we had John here and did the swap meets and stuff, where you could get great books for a great price, and we don't have that anymore. So that's kind of where I'm stuck. I'm like, well, if I want to pay top dollar, I want to pay top dollar for a higher grade book. And you get in that mindset of I only want to buy it one time. So it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And like you said, everyone's got the same information now. And Brian has said that before. That's what makes it partially so hard. Corbin has the same information I do. I got the same information you do, Matt.
Yeah.
You got the same information that Brian. Well, Brian's a little elite, but he's got a little more information than all of us.
A little elite. Have you seen his collection? Jesus. You've seen his collection. A little elite. Good God.
I did make it happen. I got.
Hey, Brian.
He knows all the right people, and he's and Brian's. I don't know if it's a talent. I don't know if it's his Bane Venom pack that he hits every now and then. Is speculation Bane Venom is what I think it is, and the ability to be able to do it. You go buy some books and then you wait 5 years, and then it's like, boom, I got 6 of those.
Yeah, this fucking
and
I'm selling books, man. What are you looking for, Matt? ASM 252. You got that? Nah, man, I don't got it. Look through his box, dude. You got 2 of them right here. Oh shit. Fucking, he's just got everything.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I mean, there's something to be said about that, and now you, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were able to buy quite a few collections back in the day, right?
Yes.
And that's a big part of that. I was able to acquire a pretty large collection of a person you all know, and who may or may not be consuming alcohol with his wife right now at a bar. And
you came into that? That's interesting. A mutual contact. What do you know?
Have you been going through it?
Yeah, I have.
Found anything?
Yes, I have.
Yes,
I have.
Why?
And I mean, it's not like I mean, Kyle. We all know Kyle knows his shit. I mean, it's Kyle. We all know that. So I mean, it's not like I dug in there and I was like, "Whoa, a 9.4 Hulk 181, yeah!" I mean, that's not. We all know that ain't happening. But it's the same note. You know, I've found some stuff I was looking for, and some stuff I didn't have. I'll tell you. You know what I did score? I scored 3, and they're in really good shape. Gotham by Gaslights, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because I only had 1 copy, but now I got 4. So I was like, "Boom!"
Look at Corbin's
Spec.
fucking eyes,
Spec.
man.
Dude, I'm specking that book for you, Corbin.
Look at he's gonna have a heart attack.
Woo! But no, there's some great stuff in there. There's a couple. I did find one of the Phoenix covers, the X-Men Phoenix covers, that was in there. There's a Spawn I came across that was in there. He had a huge long box that I picked up way when I first was picking these up, and that was all Spidey and ASMs and stuff like that. And again, I'm trying to complete a whole run of ASM, which is a whole nother long, complicated story about how I got my first collection. And that gentleman had passed away and was a friend of my best friend's older brother. And his books got handed down to his younger brother, who's my best friend. We call him Hopeless. It's his last name is Hope. Love that guy to death. I've known him since we were, forever, literally forever. And he was like, "Look, I'm going to get rid of these because I want to rebuild the Roadrunner, yada yada. I'd rather you had them because I know that you respect them." So in honor of his brother and his death, don't drink and drive, people. It doesn't pay ever. I promise you.
I actually, real quick, I got something to say about that. I just had a good friend who had a very good friend of his just got arrested, like $4 million bond, was drinking and driving, hit and killed a 22-year-old girl the other night. Yeah. Life over. Life over. 2 lives over.
Yep.
Not worth it.
10 seconds. Change. Literally, you can change 1 million lives in 10 seconds. And until you're in the thick of it, you have no idea. You have no idea the aftershock that it will cause. It's devastating. Wow. And look at today. I got a whole giant, collection of stuff that I got a great price on, and in his name and honor, I'm still trying to finish his runs that he loved. ASMs, Spidey, Avengers. Now, when I bought the collection, there's 200, 300, 400 strong in the run already. But, a lot of those big, first 100 of the books is he left me the hard part is what he left me. But, and I'm okay with that, but those are some of the things. So it is what it is. That's part of the fun, though.
I feel that. The search and being able to find a gem and look through.
Sure.
Definitely.
And all I know is I've got the comic book itch, and I'm looking to buy some Spideys. I want some old Spideys.
They're out there. I didn't think that they were out there as much as they are, and I'm starting to find there's a lot more of them than what I thought. So again, I've been buying some of the lower grade ones and auction bidding and stuff like that on some of the lower grade ones, because again, I can pick one up for $20 or $40 now. And then as I see another, and then I have it, then I know, hey, I do have it. But then when you see that nicer grade one, you can pick that up and turn around and sell the other one and just take it to that next level.
Right. Exactly.
Jesse James actually just had 4 4 of them, of the earlier ones, for 52, 46. The funny thing is, he had that same one that I just showed, that 64. Mm-hmm. He had another one of these, and it's even a nicer shape for like $40, and I was like, oh man, I should pick that one up and then sell these 3.
I think I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna go do some comic shopping, some local comic shopping.
Yeah, they're out there.
But all right, well, I think that's a good spot to end tonight. If you got a good time, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. If you're finding us for the first time on YouTube and you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe and leave us a comment and turn that notification bell on so that way you know when we go live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're listening to this playback on Monday on any of your podcasting platforms, please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us out tremendously in the podcasting standings. If you want to support the show and other means, you can do so at our Etsy store. Links in the description below. You can buy the Kyle no sir, that is an incorrect statement shirt or any of our Absolute Geek shirts. Comic code blocked by Liefeld. They're all out there for you at our Etsy shop, and that all that goes to help back into the show to help us do our thingy thing every Friday. But for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Brian.
I'm Corbin. Also, shout out to the creative team behind the Rascals for the swag and Fantastic World Comics.
Yes, sir.
And I'm Solo Wookie.
And we'll see you guys next time. Remember to check out Tales from the Spinner Rack Sundays at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for all your comic book review, weekly comic book review needs.
And if you find any of these in a store, let me know.
There we go.
Check out Brian and all his other podcasts.